over here at the 12 o'clock position on Atlantis Spaceship, we have our blue Zerg player from Prime trying to tie things up for them. It is BboongBboong. And his opponent at the 8 o'clock position, our red Terran player and winner of the last game over Creator from Evil Geniuses, it is DeMusliM.
Yeah, now, Atlantis Spaceship is a macro map, right? It's a big map. A lot of players have room to go into late game strategies, but don't be surprised at all if we see some craziness out of our Zerg player. That's just the way he rolls, man. It's BboongBboong.
It's certainly a possibility.
That's just it.
We want to remind everyone, though, of course, that the finals of this tournament are going to be played live in San Francisco. Hope you guys will be able to join us at our IPL Face-Off event. The finals will be on Saturday night here on August 11th, so tickets are available at tinyurl.com/IGNProLeague. You can also find us at IGN.com/IPL. There's a huge banner off to the right which will tell you all of the information you need to know about the event.
Yep, that's right. Go. Click the banner. You know you want to.
Click the banner. Do the things.
That's right. And DeMuslim's going to be making all the things in this game. He's going to need to make a lot of things. I mean, BboongBboong.
All the things?
All the things, at least, man. Even battle cruisers, Ravens with Seeker Missile. He's going to need to make all the things. Reapers.
Ooh, I hope so.
Even. We'll see.
I hope his eventual army composition is equal amounts of every unit. So
now,
I don't see how that's a bad thing at all, really, honestly.
It's like has 2 of everything. It's like a Noah's Ark of StarCraft or something like that.
Yes.
2 of every unit on a
medevac. It is Atlantis Spaceship, so he's trying to rescue all the native critters on it. So
sinking to the ocean. Now, I'm wondering if we're going to see BboongBboong go for 3 hatch before pool. We're going to find out in just a moment because he almost has enough for a spawning pool. Oh, okay, so it is going to be spawning pool after gas. So he's going to go for very quick Zergling speed. And if DeMuslim's not careful with this, he could have his natural expansion shut down pretty quickly, too. I mean, this is one of the things that I was talking about with BboongBboong. You know, he's always leaned towards the aggressive style. This is kind of one of 2 brands of playing Zerg versus Terran right now you see in Korea, where either you see the very macro-oriented style, you know, no gas for a long time, lots of queens. A lot of players are getting 3 hatch before their pool. And conversely, you see the style that gets gas quicker, gets the pool quicker, and tries to just keep the pressure on early on in the game with a lot of speedlings, you know, maybe a Ling Baneling attack at the 3rd a little bit later, too. So BboongBboong is going to try to do damage early to DeMuslim. But the trade-off, though, is if DeMuslim defends it, he's going to be in a great spot.
And DeMuslim's build was pretty interesting. Pretty traditional 1-rack gasless fast expand, of course. But after producing his initial Marine, he actually waited for a very long time to start number 2 and 3. So, or actually, I guess just number 2. Yeah, okay, number 3 is queued up at the moment. But saving even that little amount of minerals to make sure he gets up this wall with the supply depot, his orbital commands in a little bit quicker. So, cool stuff there.
Oh, and he's building his bunker up at the front like that, too. And the Overlord does see it. BboongBboong's going to be, like, overjoyed when he sees that. Because that's one of the other things, too. A lot of Terran players in Korea are building their bunkers back towards where that neutral supply depot is, kind of between that and the bunker, right? You're circling the exact right location.
Thank you. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the reason is because of just what I talked about, the prevalence of those early speedling attacks in this matchup right now. If your bunker's out there in the open, you can surround it very quickly with Zerglings, or you can just run past it. It's really easy to abuse in that spot, so that may come back to haunt DeMuslim as well. We'll have to see. 6 Zerglings on the way right now for BboongBboong, and before too long, I would not be surprised to see a good deal more. Usually it's around 30 or so.
Well, we'll find out. Certainly could do some
might not do
significant damage there, but I like it as a possibility. There we go. Yeah, 6 more Zerglings coming up now. So that's certainly more than he would make just to take map control. There it is. Exactly 30 Zerglings coming out now.
Yeah, it's usually 28 or 30 is the amount that most Zerg players choose to run out with. It times out very, very nicely with Zergling speed finishing. It's got another Overlord on the way. And even if this fails completely, you aren't that far behind, especially on a big map like this where you can, you know, run in there, do a little bit of damage if nothing else, and at least keep the Terran player passive while you re-drone after that. So it's a fairly low-risk attack, too, I feel, in ZVT. And look at that, the Zerglings running around. Oh, he does get the flank, almost surrounds those Hellions. DeMusliM, he needs to play on the defensive now.
That's right. So what's coming up now? Trying to full
Oh,
all this
great
in.
block.
And he
Wow.
does get it. One of the Hellions is going to go down. Looks like this bunker may fall as well, but a lot of Zerglings have been killed in the meantime.
Yeah.
Bunker finally does fall, though, and DeMusliM's certainly at risk now.
Yeah, and this is exactly what all Terran players need to worry about in this matchup right now. These early speedling attacks. Look at this. DeMusliM, his natural expansion is going to be delayed for a good long time now. It attacks at that very vulnerable point where Terrans only have 2 Hellions and like 3 Marines, 2 or 3 Marines, depending on when they get the reactor. So beautifully executed early speedling attack by BboongBboong. Did exactly what it was meant to do. And we saw, like, even though DeMusliM had his Hellions at like the best possible spot blocking that gap, even though he was already building a wall, it didn't matter. I really feel like with the bunker in the front like that, it's so hard to defend against those early speedling pressures from Zerg.
And if we don't see a cloak on these Banshees from DeMusliM, these Banshees aren't really going to do all that much. BboongBboong is already putting up 2 more Queens. He's going to be on a total of 5 for just the... Well, I guess never mind. He does have a macro hatch coming up, so it's 4+1, so we can drop down Creek Tumors and kind of shift them around and defend as well. But he still has plenty of anti-air to be able to defend these off. He also has the Evolution Chamber finish, so he may be able to move into Spore Crawlers here in a second just to stay extra safe. So BboongBboong's really in a good spot.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Cloak just because he's going for the double Evo chamber. There we go, that is. But in this particular spot, even though you're absolutely right that the Banshees aren't going to really do a lot of damage, BboongBboong will ideally be able to, or not BboongBboong, DeMusliM will ideally be able to use this to, well, get some drone kills here, so that's good. But also deny creep, too, you know, and put some pressure on with his Hellions plus the Banshees.
No defenses at all over at the third, and the Banshee does sneak 5, now 6 kills. So pretty well done there. Evens up the amount of worker losses that he took earlier on in this game.
Yep. Oh, the Banshee, 1 hit away and it dies, and that hurts for DeMusliM. It's nice to keep that alive.
Did steal a 7th kill, though. 7 worker kills is certainly worth the, and forced additional Spore Crawlers out of his opponent. Was worth that investment, though.
Yeah, without Cloak, it's I suppose it would be pretty close to worth it. With Cloak, that would have definitely not been worth it, but would have probably gotten a lot more kills, too, at that point as well. So, Lair on the way for BboongBboong. 4 more gas, too. And how many Evo chambers does he have? Does he just have the 1, or does he have 2? Just 1 right now. Yeah, with Baneling Nest going down. And Spire Tech is pretty popular on this map, so we could see him go that direction.
Yeah, certainly going to be useful as the game wears on as well. So we could even see that we've seen on this map, you know, quite a bit as well, that Zergling, Baneling, Mutalisk, but only a few Mutalisks just to put on pressure and stuff like that. We actually have 2 Baneling Nests coming up now.
What? Oh, whoops. Okay, so a little bit of an autopilot error there by BboongBboong. Kind of going through his build, not really thinking, getting that second Baneling Nest. Happens to the best of us.
And looks like this Banshee going to tear after the Queen. 1 Banshee will be able to DPS down 1 Queen, but as soon as the Queen pulls back to the Spore Crawler range, Banshee's going to be effectively nullified. Actually, no kills on that Banshee so far.
Yeah, you can see on the minimap right now, BboongBboong setting up for that attack at the 3rd base as well. He's got those Zerglings there in position. What you do is you just kind of sit and wait there, and then when Terran tries to take the 3rd, like DeMusliM is doing, try to get in there, and if you have some Banelings along with it, you can kill off, you know, a couple SCVs, flank around the outside, and just shut that down again. You know, not completely. You don't kill the command center, but what you do is just kind of force them to delay and not be able to use it as soon as they would want to. And I love this by DeMusliM. This is so smart. He's going to have a ton of tanks with this.
Yeah, going up to 3 factories now, so we'll need a gas income to complement that. So, and not actually taking, we've seen some players that decide to go after the multiple factories at this stage in the game, go ahead and move their 3rd base over to the middle of the map so they can take that rich Vespian Geyser as well. Yep.
Hive on the way now for BboongBboong. So he's going to go for something Hive related. No Spire yet, so could be Ultralisks. Yeah, I know. Right.
It's just the way he said it. I know. It's like, possibly. No, I think he's going to bypass all.
I am the great wordsmith.
I think that's just a ruse. It is all tier 2 tech from him.
Right.
Here on out.
He's just doing it for adrenal glands. That's it. That's the only reason. 3/3 adrenal glands. Doesn't need ultras or a greater Spire. No,
silly
never.
tier 3 tech. That's really strong.
Creep spread's starting to get a little bit out out there, starting to move across the map pretty quickly. Not doing that attack at the third, although, no, never mind. Now he's moving down there, it looks like.
Yeah, actually running down there with a lot of forces.
He's got a little bit there. Yeah.
There is a bunker sitting behind the mineral line. Yeah, pretty good position there for DeMusliM. There's actually a drop going on at the same time that this attack hits.
Yeah.
BboongBboong's going to try and go right through the front here and take out some supply depots. Well, it doesn't even have to worry about it. Just let the Zerglings do their job, apparently.
I guess so. Speaking of doing their job, the Marines and Hellions here in the main doing their job as well, being very annoying. But BboongBboong breaks through at the natural.
Okay, this is a lot of damage that's about to be done to DeMusliM here, and we'll see if he's able to recover from this. As we can see, production facilities are being camped at the moment. The barracks have taken a little bit of damage. Baneling's going to run through the rest of the economy.
That's going to be bad. Oh, man, he didn't even need to use that many of the Banelings. He had enough lings, but look at this. Still back at the, wasn't enough damage.
And Prime ties things up 2-2. BboongBboong being pretty effective.